short of some kind of absolutely goated flash magnet storm from Xiaoxia, I don't think there is really anything good to stop yourself getting dived on. Fortunately, you should be the one doing the diving.
The ward goes in the brush, and they know how low blue
in.
buff is. Dongguan did TP back, so Saber is still like very low. His both supports do roam over. YCX is going to face check the brush, gets the crash down out of Xiaoxia. Heal comes out. Hung does secure the blue buff, but now Grizzly does have inside track towards the scuttle. They're going to re-engage on top of Xiaoxia, who is dismounted, will remount. Grizzly flashing away, make sure none of these Braum passive stacks can come across. His now already carries have moved over. Like you mentioned, Xiaoya a bit out of position. They're still going to re-engage on a Grizzly, get the Braum stun. Crash down comes across. Dongguan's going to fly on in. It's first blood over to Xiaoya. This is a classic group Nirvana level 3 flip. Xiaoya will go down. Trades galore as Hung will find the kill back for LGD.
He has gained a lot of prevalence because, hold on.
Ultimate Chicken, classic top laner play, and we call it Chicken for the exact reason you saw. One of them dares the other one not to ult, and once they both ult, they don't want to fight anymore.
Yep, but Grubs started. Currently going to lose one. This is going to be some level of team fight, I imagine.
It's Group Nirvana, so you know it's going to be a fight. Hung is going to secure one, then come off here. Xiaoxia gets the double stun. Saber in the shroud. Crescent Guard's going to come out from Hung. Saber, though, does not hit the shuriken flip back. YCX's flash gets him out. Hung has to flash as well away from Xiaoxia. And Ultra Prime do a pretty good job bullying LGD off of the grub pit. Grizzly should be able, should be able to secure two of these, or maybe the re-engage comes across. This is a bit awkward here. Grizzly doesn't have ult. Saber doesn't have ult. Xiaoxia doesn't either, but they still use Equalizer. And Liang Chen steals the 10 HP grub. Shreem and Shuffle does come back out there with Dongguan. They should be able to cut down Xiaoxia. First kill comes back. LGD makes sure 2 grubs come at a cost. And Ultra Prime way too low range with no ults. There's no way to chase off for a trade. Maybe we have a moment. The Yuntal on the Sivir. I've been known to see the Essence Reaver a lot of the time. All right, Hannah, show me why you picked the Yuntal. He looks for a big trade, but Xiaoxia gets very low already. Xiaoya should find that first kill, and now Hannah is caught, gets slowed up, has to flash away from YCX. Ultra Prime opt for an engage that does end up falling flat, but can Grizzly come to clean up? Nope, just throws down a pillar, and Xiaoya and Dongguan 2 kills early for LGD.
In a weird spot where Ultra Prime has effectively ceded priority around it. They're TPing in though.
It's coming behind for a good wrap. Good lockup again. Comes across from Xiaoxia. Grizzly gets knocked away. Hong goes for the Crescent Guard, but the Crescent Guard is invaluable if you're just getting meleeed down by Saber. Kill picked up for the Ultra Prime mid laner. He uses the shuriken flip back to get himself away from a Braum stun.
I was talking about how it's important to try and get as many of these dragons as just to have that guaranteed level of scaling as the game goes on. We've been positing him from LGD's side. This is Ultra Prime's dragon.
More stun for Grizzly. Some very expensive items, some very valuable items to these skirmishes. We'll see if Ultra Prime can pilot their best part of the game with a great catch. Pillar comes across from Grizzly. Xiaoya's caught, but the Braum shield, so valuable. Equalizer comes down, but Xiaoxia's already dead, looking for that engage. Dongguan, though, on the top side. Great flash, perfect execution, though. Brings Saber over the wall and finds himself the first mid lane win.
I don't see how it happened. Presumably was caught out roaming down to try and join the fight, but a isolated solo kill for Saber is not just going to be big for confidence, but also we're seeing the least committal play from this game so far, with LGD seeding the dragon and instead trying to pay some attention to this bottom lane, but unaware that they are on a ward, as I think this is something that unlike their odds.
Okay. YCX comes down here as well. Henna's not in position yet. I don't think it's a force. I want to talk about how lucky of a role Ultra Prime have had. Guys, there's nothing to fight over down here.
Control ward! Control ward!
Control ward! Control ward wars! Alright, nope. Xiaoxia was bluffing. Doesn't crash down. Does pop the ghost. Henna's coming down through. This will be a 4v3 for the time being. There's the engage. Crescent Guard going to come off. TP as well. Ultra Prime committing all 5 members down. And they do get a win, sectioning off YCX and getting rid of him out of the equation. Do have Liang Chen also pretty comfortably towards the top side. Gonna usher LGD out. Now they'll look for the mid lane push here. Should be able to knock down the turret. Xiaoxia has a great engage. Xiaoya doesn't even get to move. TP's gonna come through late because YCX is down. Sasa has that 30% HP shield, but he has to all out away from the fight. 2 picks for Ultra Prime. Dongguan is gonna rescue 1 top lane tier 1 turret back, but Ultra Prime's pings are making me think they really want to ball at the Baron pit, or at least make LGD think they do.
Oh, I think that they showed themselves a little bit soon, but they are committing to chase down this Azir. I like this. If they get the kill, that's still a Baron force on the table.
Azir turret doing some good work. Tongwan going to flash, but oh! The soldiers will not be compelled by their general correctly. And Tongwan, you like to look for the highlight play to find a trade, but all it will be was Saber. Okay, he'll be fine.
Remember,
Weird
no
little
flashes on
bottleneck.
the key carries.
Yeah, Ultra Prime, they gotta be careful. Wow, this is gonna be a great flank.
Oh,
Equalizer down, some solid damage, but Sasa pulls Saber away from the fight, but it doesn't matter. Longshot's damage gets rid of Xiaoya again. Hong pops the Crescent Guard, but it doesn't matter when Saber gets on top. He unleashes the full combo. Emperor's Divide from Tongwan shoves everyone back, but he still has to deal with the flame-spitting Rumble behind him. 4 kills for Ultra Prime, and now the map is their oyster.
That was nuts. That was absolutely ridiculous, and will reward them with Baron, and probably back to that Dragon. We'll have to see if LGD respawn and can get down there quick enough.
Henna, an intriguing build compared to usual, but is still 3-item Sivir, so as much as we've kind of talked about, oh boy. Yep, show me the one-shot potential Saber. Yeah, oh my God! That is so gross. He Shuriken flipped a minion to get back out.
Full-on rage mode this game. Walking over LGD will be Dragon pickup, bringing Ultra Prime to Soul Point, but you know what, with how they've been playing this game, I don't know if we can get to the Soul fight. They have been so coordinated, so aggressive, actually forcing things. Yes, 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 Ultra Prime, more of this. Go forward, get Saber on these picks if that's what it takes. And we alluded to the point-and-click CC not existing to keep the Azir away for Ultra Prime, but I mean, unless Hung can ready one of these Qs, or Sasa is holding the ultimate just for when Saber goes in, I don't know if I would want to be the Varus right now.
I was going to say, I don't even think Sasa needed to help Saber out, but Sasa actually does the heavy lifting. Xiaoya picked off again. He has just been the victim of this Ultra Prime comp all game long, never really getting to play the Varus, and that pick will mean more gold in the pockets of Ultra Prime. Their gold lead has ballooned exponentially, cresting over the 9K mark.
We have potentially a play. We have 3 people coming top. Can they kill Rumble before the game loses elsewhere?
Great eyes there, Callum. The TP flank is coming from all the way on the bottom of your screen. Let's see how far you can survive, because the raid boss is TPing in. Here's Saber, not dealing with any squishies just yet, and that's a pretty good ult from Sasa. He's going to go into the stasis. He wants Tongwan. Shroud's going to come out as well, but not a really good way for Saber to get into this fight. Crescent Guard going to block any more damage in. Saber finally goes through and eviscerates the front line. Squishies, front line, tanks, skirmishers, it doesn't matter. It's Saber's world, and LGD are just living in it as he picks up the triple kill. Clean ace, clean game. Ultra Prime up 1-0 in our series.
I just can't imagine that this is how the game was going to end, with a positively disgusting collapse from Ultra Prime to save their top laner, who is having an amazing Rumble game. It's just great. I love it. I'm so happy for Ultra Prime that we can see a performance like this, and it has got to do incredible things for the team cohesion, incredible things for the confidence to take on your main rival, to make it out of Nirvana into the playoffs down in such decisive fashion game 1. You have a lot of tools to deal with him, so completely. I think Ultra Prime are going to be very pleased with this. They've got enough tools to contest the early game. The area of weakness, I'll say, this draft has, mainly to hopefully zone off Grizzly, as
Bot Scuttle will get him level 6, by the way. So
it will get him level 6 and Big Smite.
Yeah, and Big Smite as well. Saber, everyone's joining the party. It's just like game 1. We're going to fight over the Bot Scuttle, but Saber's going to eat a charm from Tongwan. Holding on to the Spirit Rush. I think he's going to go after Saber. He's going to have to flash out, or just Weaver's Wall with a Dredge Line, cancel it for YCX, and a perfect Q comes out. Flashes galore. Xiaosa goes after the Wukong, but the tricks are used by Hung. Flash from Grizzly's going to throw the Cataclysm down as he has his ultimate. Tongwan going to get over the wall to save him in time. No, it's a trade, but guess what really it is? Xiaoya gets the kill and cashes in the Adoration stacks, so the Draven is on course for early game domination. What the doctor ordered for YCX and company as they get on to this first dragon, and Grizzly can't even dream of contesting. This is exactly how LGD got to roll. Keep the snowball building up momentum.
Do have Sasa walking down different top
maybe not
in this game.
Oh, there's the one.
That one's just for me. All right, so you know, those are my favorite ones. As we do get a force on the pick here.
Great pick here. There's no unbreakable will on that Alistar. Xiaosa, remember how many early levels he lost? There's YCX cashing in on it.
Ultra Prime were actually able to push out LGD and come back to collect. I believe that leaves the Grub score at 2-1, if my count's correct. Then suddenly that is a flashless or dead Saber. And this is the kind of thing I want to see, is try to force out these cooldowns before the dragon spawns, as Sasa looking to be the victim of such.
Cuts down the wave pretty well. He's going to publicly execute on his Xiaosa, but he has the Unbreakable Will, which makes him the best turret aggro grabber of 2026. Move over, Nico. You don't get to become a minion anymore.
Into this Jax, the only gold lead for Ultra Prime is now...
Oh, Grizzly. Okay, that's pretty audacious Cataclysm. I mean, Hung just pops a Cyclone. Heal from Xiaosa over the Weaver's Wall. Headbutt Pulverize. It's going to make sure that it's a trade of junglers. Very aggressive Cataclysm, but Ultra Prime, just like Game 1, playing a lot better as a squad, this time to back up their jungler.
Unfortunately, Xiaoya quietly throws up the Whirling Death to pick up another cash-in off the back of that one.
Oh, I didn't see that. You got to buy more time for your Jax as a dive buddy threat to scale up further. Saber doesn't do really any damage. Henna's not going to ever be able to contend with Xiaoya range-wise yet, so I like this. Played a little more calm, cool.
Last time, so I think we may be getting another control ward roll.
They have no idea there's a mad cow in their backline. All right, YCX is going to be the target. Flag and drag, headbutt pulverize, knockups galore. YCX says, I want in on the knockup party. I'm going to throw down that depth charge. Oh my god, the Young Chen has found Xiaoya. Does not have flash, pops the barrier, the blast cone, will get it back towards safety, but YCX goes down to Henna, who finally gets a free fire on this Corki. Great TP from the Young Chen, who continues to show the solo lanes have leveled up here for Ultra Prime.
And opting for the blast cone will get them to safety, as now we get the Rift Herald start. Cataclysm not up yet, but TP's coming in. We're getting a big team fight. Keep an eye out for that public execution.
Hong's got to go in now if he wants it. Weaver's Wall going to cut off an escape angle, but Ultra Prime, they get the Herald, they get the Eye, they want out. No Dredgeline land from YCX. And
YCX.
yeah, disrespecting the fact that YCX and Hung are not on the map, so there's no point to show. You are the target of any play here. Gonna come off the Ari. Tanguan hangs on to the Spirit Rush as the Dragon does get aggroed. A TP comes across from Sasa on the bottom side of this river. Dredgeline going to land. Tanguan is going to burn it down onto this Jax. The Young Chen is very low and now sectioned off. It's going to be a top lane trade for support, you think, until Young Chen flashes and hops on out of there. I thought he was dead on arrival, and now Saber's going to find a huge seismic shove, and the flashes finally come across. Everyone goes after Xiaoya and finds the clutch kill. Captain Saber makes the play. It might open the game up for Ultra Prime. Charm comes down, public execution. Saber might have gone too far forward, and he cannot flash himself out to safety. The Yangchen TP's back in. He has a 30% shield. And if he had flash, he might have been over that wall, but instead he'll make sure Ultra Prime lock up a huge dragon if they can secure it.
Crazy narrow fight, but Hung does have flash and smite still available. He can go for it if he wants to, but won't commit. Leaves it on the edge. Doesn't want to throw their life away.
Scale up even more and look for more of these good pick plays. It's going to be big to get this Crystalline Overgrowth and get that mid-tier 1 down as well. So much more of the map open for Ultra Prime.
A kill at the start of it, but it really is just posturing to fight for the mid-wave.
All right, Xiaosa wants to battle. Goes into YCX. I was waiting for a Weaver's
Wall.
Sharp from Tanguan, though. Grabs Saber and throws him off his rocky entrance. Beautiful RE pick there for Tanguan. And how much more can LGD now get? Pure outplay for Tanguan. So gets the revenge right back with that charm, like you mentioned, firing so early to find that mark. So cool to see. Tier 1 turret on the bot side going down.
There, but Hung was ready for it. And I think with that, it will pretty much forfeit over the mid tower.
Nope.
Is that?
Weaver's Wall.
Auto range? Crazy.
Xiaosa does probably Unbreakable Will. Public Execution does hit onto Henna, but he Valkyrie's back in. It's a great cover from Ultra Ryan to make sure their AD carry doesn't go down. LGD are too short range to follow their invest that deep. Dredgeline does land into the Charm on top of Saber. He has the Seraph Shields, though. He's able to buy enough space. Cyclone does come out. Xiaoya gets one big reset. Hong goes after Henna on the backside, and the solo lanes for Ultra Prime can't cover on the front side of the fight. Xiaoya survives. Tanguan covers him expertly.
Free Dragon in pocket, but picking up an additional kill, especially a delayed kill off the back of that, means that now, after this reset, 5 for the Wukong, that means that once the Malignance proc goes off, Ari is basically hitting you for true damage at this point. You've got effectively 20-30 MR against them.
To kind of allow Saber to stretch out one side lane, then Liang Chen, who's now expertly, I was about to say he dodged the gank, but he gets caught by the public execution into the charm from Tianguan, and he has more than enough damage to finish this off even through the Grandmaster's might. Just need to wait for Sauce's dashes to come back up, and Liang Chen is picked off on the side lane.
And then having them both TP over after getting the initial pick. As now, LGD, they're just they're on it.
They're spotted, but it's too late. I mean, Draven damage is ludicrous. What a call from Hung and the rest of LGD. One charm and one Q from him onto your tank Alistar. So, yeah, it's tough for Ultra Prime. They're going to have to find a way to force into this bottom river. But Tongwan is looking. The charm is going to go wide, but the dredge line lands up, and man, does Grizzly just get blown up. He goes to the GA. The Young Trend's on the backside of this fight, but the public execution once again claims Henna. He tries Valkyrie back, but Xiaoya's gotten rid of the front line. Sasa executes Henna, and the rest of LGD fall into place to knock down Ultra Prime. It's Grizzly limping away, and Saber barely healthy for now, but nearly dies to Tongwan, and with the wave they've gotten, the death timers, LGD might just look to push down mid lane and force this series the distance.
I think they've got the angle, but with the Seeker's Arm Guard available, we could see a potential hero play from main man Saber on Ultra Prime. And LGD not going to take that risk. The soul is up for them. Grizzly not even going to walk to that side of the map. It looks like it is just all but forfeit by Ultra Prime on this front. Wow. Wow.
What a series we've got here. I mean, maybe I caster curse my guy in the mid lane for LGD, but the way this is trending, Tongwan is going to likely go deathless to respond to Saber's deathless mid lane.
Once they complete that Medjai's, it's the AP threat. And, oh, hold on.
Oh my god, look at the damage. I mean, there it is.
That.
Hung gets the kill, but he did not earn that. That was all Tongwan's burst. Now he's got 2 extra Spirit Rush charges.
Oh my god!
Fade away charm! Ew, Tongwan! Don't do Henna dirty like that!
Nah, he's smurfing in Nirvana low. Like, what am I looking at? That was disgusting. I was not prepared for that. Okay, alright. This should be the game for LGD. They're looking to knock down on the Nexus. Hero plays required from the solo lanes of the support but I don't think they have it in them.
Dredge line onto the support, depth charge onto the Liang Chen. Nexus turret number 1 going to go down. There's a big headbutt pulverized, but it just feels too little, too late. Liang Chen had to go into stasis as he immediately jumps in. Saber and Liang Chen try to cover the last Nexus turret, but there's another wave coming up immediately after. And this should be the final march forward for LGD. Another dredge line from YCX finds its mark. Stasis will not save Saber. Liang Chen, everyone's burning their Zanyas, but it's a fleeting attempt for Ultra Prime to stay alive in a game they have been starved out in. There's the ace through, and LGD Ultra Prime does not disappoint in Group Nirvana. We go a game 3.
Gwen does that. Gwen has a good matchup into Sion. She got her abilities back after being taken away before Worlds of last year, and particularly with Dusk and Dawn in pocket, you're a bit tankier than expected, which can deny those resets for Grizzly. For free, but with the Rise Realm Warp on the table, there could be a follow-up fight after.
Oh my god,
steal
from the fog from Grizzly. Scour of the Week is going to land on a Saber. Tongwan not close enough to unleash the power of the Syndra's kit. I think TP just got cancelled as well there. It was going to be Sasa trying to join in. Now YCX is a flash over the fat wall. Saber is bringing 3 people over the same wall, gets the Rune Prism root, and that is first blood for Ultra Prime.
Go for a counter gank when we see that first paranoia come in.
And here it goes. Grizzly predicted it perfectly. They are going to try and get this kill with the Ash Arrow, enough to get onto Xiaosa, and Grizzly can't really find a way in here. No ultimate for Henna to transcend to trade that damage back, and no paranoia up for a long time, so I don't think Hung can really find a way into this pit. Good little response here from Ultra Prime to know that with the quicker resets from the death, and Grizzly getting out of there first to the bot side means he's first to the top side, and that will get 3 grubs over Ultra Prime. I think the biggest win there, Callum, is keeping grubs off of the Gwen. They're playing their own game.
But they can TP. There won't be a cancel from either of them is the important part. I don't know about this. Ooh, that's
Alright, here's the first TP. Xiaosa's not spotted. Tongwan. Oh, that's a clutch Scour of the Week. He does flash away as well. Honker hits on a 2 from YCX. Takey silence here first. Lights are going to go out, and they're going to jump right back on top of this Nico. Gwen shows up. Sasa with the needed work, trying to cut through Liang Chen's health bar. dodges out on a lot of the needle work and the mic drop. So for all the nice flanks and ingenuity we saw to start that fight, everyone just returns to their same sides and tries to figure out how to pick up the pieces of this fight with a lot of ultimates off the board. Xiaosa can eat the unleashed power. Oh my, I didn't think Dogwan had enough to one-shot this early, but that's how squishy Nico is.
Calling the bluff right there. They disguise as the Yanara to make it look like there's more HP in the pocket, but Xiaosa does not have that much in him after getting pushed away. And
respect the fact that a Paranoia could come out and a Nocturne joins the fray, so nice little disengage. Maybe a new re-engage coming across. Unstoppable Onslaught. Very tinky Scion looking for a knock-up, or he's just going to glide his way into the Herald Pit. His Ultra Prime will parry themselves into a Rift Herald start, but they are under threat of a flank, and I'm sure the lights are going to come off soon here from Hong. Can he win in a 50-50? He lost the first dragon. He won't even go for the Herald.
Peel off? Okay,
LGD
I
are
think...
going to play patient.
Oh, hold on, this Realm Warp's
Oh,
going to be
the
massive.
Realm Warp Pop Blossom delivery! Hong does get grabbed, drops the Paranoia, but the Tangle Barbs come across from Xiaosa, and he gets his revenge. Henna picks up the kill. Ultra Prime using the ingenuity of their own comp to get the ball rolling.
Great execution. Does manage to take off the jungler at such a pivotal moment with the dragon up in 46 seconds. Importantly, does mean that wide scatter of the week is really awkward for Xiaosa to play around, who has been just as a minion for about the past 40 seconds. The Realm Warp is up in 9, but I don't think it'll be ready for this dragon as Ultra Prime forfeit the objective.
Melvin, can you tell how much pressure these two teams are feeling by how cautious they are to blast out of the Gwen? But a lot coming in there from Ultra Prime. They should at least get themselves another turret off the board.
I think, yeah, if they get this tower, I say once, but YCX was in the area. No, they will get it. Okay. Gonna be moderately happy with that. It is a trade, like you say, so it's here or there, but I think that Gwen flash is probably gonna be the most important part in net. Sasa, sniff it out. He will play far back. Is it far enough? Yes.
All right. LGD, I see the pings coming down. They want to trade the mid-tier 1 turret, but I'm liking these rotations out of Ultra Prime. Utilize that very tanky Scion. He can clear the wave even if he takes some harass. So you talked about how you want to see both these junglers look for repeated ganks. Sometimes they don't manifest in kills, but correct macro plays like getting those turrets off the board. Engage duels.
It's going to be really essential for Saber to hit another one of those Realm Warp combos for the next fight.
Flash.
Oh, hold on a minute. The arrow came out. They just got a free kill.
Oh! They found Xiaosa. How
Who's
about
recalling on a ward?
Yeah. Oh, that just can't happen in a game of this caliber. Dog is a threat. Oh, we get a replay. Yeah, just on the ward. Great little spot out there from Xiaoya. And you called it. That one pick. The margins for error expand so much in a game of this potency. One pick kill, and LGD have themselves a clear win con to take this series.
It's got to feel so much worse. Well, that's the extra benefit part. If you're a minion, the arrow can't hit you. You just need to have a minion banked to be ready to do it. So, yeah, that is crazy tech coming out from Xiaoxia. Nico, definitely a very fair and balanced champion that we all love to see. Will buy LGD the river, though.
I'm just glad we got away from the fact that you could turn to a minion and take up turret. Like, that was the worst of it, for sure.
Don't worry, I'm sure there's more Nico tech that hasn't been discovered yet. This champion truly is an infinite mine, as Sasa dives in, pick in hand.
Level 16, but I still don't think he's got enough to fight this Scion. Xiaoya's going to be targeted unstoppable onslaught. Pop Blossom comes across this. I think Xiaosa was a ward, but he gets the lead by Togwan. Grizzly looks for the reset by Sasa. Dashes after him, kills him off. No Viego left, and a huge scout of the week for Togwan. Knocks the Yunara away. Xiaoya, we thought he was sentenced to death by the tank, but he glides away from him. And LGD, Manu just found the fight that will win themselves the series, but for now, wins them a date, a battle with the Big Purple Worm.
Enchant, team ready to come to the rescue for their ADC, bailing out Xiaoya, who was just getting chased down relentlessly by the sun. Immediately, everybody turns to burst out that Viego. The full GA completed for Grizzly as we get the Seraphine ability order. That's cute, I like that. It really does mean that Ultra Prime need to find something fast, and they need to do it before the objective starts, because I don't want them to walk in and try and flip the objective, because then Viego's focusing on the dragon and not getting the reset.
We're starting to lose quality targets for that reset. Hong being the main one with the GA. Can't take away that reset. Sasa has a bit of a flank. Arrow going to come down. Leong Shed Gonna be happy to tank that one up. He gets the mic drop on top of him. All the CC onto the Scion is kind of a good start for Ultra Prime as long as their Scion can get out with his health bar. Unstoppable Onslaught to cancel out the Encore. Grizzly has to Heartbreaker out. But look at Xiaosa. He's lying in wait, trying to find a pick. Pop Blossom doesn't get YCX, but they're going to go into Sasa. He immediately goes into the stasis. The light goes out, and nobody is hitting Xiaoya. He is turned into a champion form of a minigun, and he is just getting down all of Ultra Prime. You didn't calculate for the Ash, and it lost you the series, Ultra Prime. LGD are going to secure that second spot in Group Nirvana with a banger 3-game series win.
A incredibly back and forth series that we did not see coming. Nobody was coming into today going, oh yeah, Ultra Prime, they're going to come out with the hands, but LGD bounced back in incredible form. And I think, arguably, for the first time of the day, I don't think it was the mid laner that gets the MVP this time around. I think Xiaoya played this game exquisitely, spacing-wise, and dodging away from everything that Ultra Prime had. But you could arguably chuck it across the rest of the team, as it will be collecting that Nexus in victorious fashion.
Duo carry win condition as the game continues to go along. For OMG, you're definitely looking to pressure out a lot of the mid game. Wukong Talia is going to need to be proactive, and we put the onus on Juhan, but it's definitely the mid jungle duo for OMG that you got to keep a problem for the Rel this early on into the game. There's not a ton of ways for Moham to be aggressive, and both junglers in the area. We talked about Dragon being a priority specifically for LNG here. Juhan gonna death push.
Moham goes for it. 1xN with a nice flash away, but as Kroko arrives, it is 2v3. Like to see Missing get out, and he's going to invest the flash to do so. Starry flashes after him and picks up the first blood. Starry, it took that lane personally. How tough things had been going for the bot lane up until then. Haichao's going to get a little bit of assistance from the very same Moham as he clears out a few waves. 1xN is just going to die. He's gone.
Yeah, he's just dead. Starry picks up the solo kill on the bot side. 1xN overextending.
Gee.
Yeah, I mean, this is what bot prio will generate you. That'll get you in a spot where you can start stacking those dragons early. Kroko will be pretty happy with this trade. Grubs are just incredibly strong right now, and Grubs on a Scion and an Azir and a Corki that can, you know, relatively easily side lane if need be in the later parts of the game is definitely going to feel good. We're seeing a lot of blue in terms of the small gaps down on the bottom side, but that 500 gold lead for Starry is creating.
But Harry doesn't pick up the kill either, using an ult of his own just to help shove under tower and keep Sheer all the lower. Could actually try and dive. That is going to go for it. Sheer likely dead here. Harry flashes after him. One more auto would have done it, but now is in a risky spot. Sheer's going to get out. Harry continues to chase this, tanking another turret shot, but Sheer could not escape forever, I suppose.
Take away any opportunity for OMG to try and contest it. That bot lane priority is coming in clutch as they start up the dragon.
Going for a small pick onto Missing. It would be big. Poppycopter ejects one, but it isn't Starry. Missing flashes away, still stays alive, while Kroko engages Juhan on the other side. A lot of priority around the dragon right now. Kroko is coming back to a 1.8k dragon. He's going to get that. Well, Bulldog picks up the kill on Juhan. LNG got everything they could ever want.
Scaling is huge, but it's Mountain Dragon in Mountain Soul in particular in this game, and that could be really big for both of these sides, so I imagine it's going to be a lot of pressure on that side of the map. Could just be an excuse for LNG to fight, but Bulldog!
Haichao gets shuffled, and he gets shut down. That is a CC chain from hell that takes him out, and LNG now run the top side.
Over a team like OMG that is just struggling to not make mistakes in the mid game.
Roaming down to the mid lane as well. Missing could go for another kill. Starry does extend the Chains of Corruption, but flashes just in time to be pushed back. Deals some nice damage back onto Kroko as the Magnet Storm gets used by Moham.
Cooldown used, and LNG still have full control over this river.
Pull back in. Kroko's playing inside these bushes.
Missing.
Wait for the engage. Moham goes in for a huge Magnet Storm, but Kroko accesses the back line, and he is all over Starry, who gets deleted by the Xin Zhao. Meanwhile, LNG's teamfight is going just fine. That Magnet Storm not causing them any problems at all. Kroko is low. Kroko gets flashed on by Harry, but trades his life in a 2-for-1, as Harry will get shut down as well, making it a 4-for-1 in the favor of LNG.
It looks good, Dia. It really does. At the start of that fight, they land the seismic shove onto Missing. The Magnet Storm comes down from Moham, and it feels like you found this big clump engage that you're looking for.
In the meantime, Krako's value in that fight was absolutely wild, and had he been caught in the Magnet Storm with the rest of them, I think we're seeing a very different fight. The Moham Juhan issue for OMG. It has got to be great focus out of these two players, as one unfortunately gets baited, missing, with a nice steadfast presence completely shuts down Juhan's engage, leaving Starry in now a 2v4 with everyone looking at him, and with Sheer running straight at him. Knockup is going to land. Bulldog is right over the wall. Starry flashes to dodge the shuffle, but isn't able to do much to answer it back. It is a flashless Varus who gets nothing for it. Moham and Haichao can't do much on their own either. Harry could bring a lot of damage to the table, but Missing is playing defense for the moment. Starry's looking for him once again as the Baron goes lower and lower, and Krako ends up picking it up. No contest in the pit or anywhere. Now it's the fight for afterwards. Moham engages. Triple man Magnet Storm, but that is a triple man Magnet Storm into a whole lot of nothing. Harry goes in, gets shut down, and the engage from OMG is an attempt to salvage something that they never had a right to.
To be the goal for them. Would be surprising if there is any resistance. OMG at least posturing, but that double push is coming, and it's coming fast with the Baron buff.
Chains of Corruption are up for Starry, and I'd almost like to see him start a fight. Does end up whiffing them onto Krako, however, as Krako goes in and punishes Starry for even thinking of trying to take him down. It is a 1-for-1, but that was a 1v5, and Krako showed no signs of balking.
Truly one of the most disrespectful engages that I've seen all split long from Krako. Not much time left on it, only about 30 seconds, but should be enough.
There goes the engage. Nice answer from Bulldog to just push everyone on OMG back, and now with the range from Azir, we have the disjointed engage out of Moham, but Harry goes for it, actually locking some people down under the tower. Missing is going to fall as Harry gets popped into the res. Haichao wants to follow up on Sheer, flashes for 1XN, who's now getting teleported on by Starry. No Chains of Corruption for this Varus. Can he take down 1XN? He cannot! 1XN blows him up, and LNG are right back in the driver's seat, even as they lose Sheer.
It's well done from OMG to at least trade something back, but they will lose Soul Point for this on the Mountain Dragon, and they will not be able to collect nearly the gold that they are looking for. But little do they know at this point that Starry cannot handle the power of the Corki, and we're right back.
Krako naturally picking another fight, this time on Juhan, who is not long for this world. LNG run the jungle. They run the game at this point. 8,000 gold in the lead, and a likely close coming their way. Baron's up in 2 minutes should they need it, and I have to imagine they'll make full use of the amenities.
This map is theirs. They own the resort at this point, as this thing does get flicked in.
That's the support, who has just gone to half health and is likely still to live. Stymies the engage out of Harry as well, who has to ult simply to survive. And LNG are going to pick up the tower in top lane as a result.
Yeah, this is LNG just kind of controlling everything. Missing is way too tanky to find an engage on at this point. Krako, who's having a phenomenal game, are able to make it work, and Harry, unfortunately, might be the victim here as he's overextended.
Hold out. It's a matter of buying time. What are they doing with this time? On the other side of the map, OMG are trying to collapse on Missing. Looks like a trade of support for top laner, as once again, Harry's death is going to happen.
Yeah, a little inevitable at this point, as Harry is a little behind enemy lines. It will get donated over to Krako, but honestly, not a bad play as they chase down 1XN here.
If you can make this a 2-for-1, it's actually big. Haichao does almost die, but that's... am I crazy? I think that's worth. Starry's at half HP, so's the dragon, and that dragon is going to go to LNG, barring smite steal from Juhan. That could happen. Nope, Krako denies that immediately, and that gets followed up on by Missing. Poppycopter right out of there. Moham flashes away. OMG don't actually lose a member to their credit, but they do lose the dragon.
Juhan's a little bit slow.
And he's on vision. Doesn't actually get stalled by Sheer for too long. But OMG need to play defense for Starry, who Krako is trying to jump on right now. Frontline is huge for LNG, and they are backing up a massive Corki behind them. 1XN is laying out the damage. Starry has no access to the fight. Bulldog, Shurima shuffles Starry right back into the river. It is a double kill for 1XN and a double kill for Krako. And of course, a team fight win for LNG, even as Haichao picks up a kill.
It is a team fight win for LNG, and it is very likely at least the game being broken open, if not ended right at this moment. It even looks okay for OMG, but the Mountain Soul really coming in clutch to keep both Bulldog and Croco alive at the end of that fight, with both of them getting rather low. Haichao will do his best to delay the inevitable, but I don't think he can save their base.
Yeah, not a whole lot of combos landing here, and Croco is basically full health. Moham is right back here. But as Croco goes in, they can basically just ignore everyone and hit the Nexus, finding LNG the first of their victories in this series. I don't think is a bad use of counterpick here, but now that we look at OMG as a whole composition and not just as this is one counterpick into this thing.
Dragon has spawned. I'm not quite sure we're going to be getting there too early for these junglers, but we can definitely see Croco already in the area.
Yeah, neither of these compositions really seem like the let's set up early and take Dragon, but this can't hurt. Remember, Moham has no flash, so his set up early and take support seems a lot more doable. First blood is going to go to Croco as LNG execute on what was a clear overextension out of Moham. Well, preparing for the grubs that are spawning in just about 2 minutes, and clearing out his camps, doesn't want to get punished. 1XN does get engaged on by Starry, who immediately flashes out, but will still get locked down by Missing. Does look like Starry's falling, and an ethereal shift forward will end up claiming him. Moham low once again, still flashless, heal-less, and ADC-less. Next few minutes. Juhan is showing up, a late contest, technically possible, if not advisable.
Oh, he's looking for the engage. He wants to fight this.
He's got smite. He might just try and, you know, send it. But he don't send it.
Israel getting closer and closer to that first item. Should be quite bad, but OMG looking to capitalize on the stragglers.
No, Missing's got first roam here. Moham's showing up as well, but Juhan has to flash away from Croco, who's already thrown down the subjugate. Immediately locked up as well. Juhan has absolutely no way out, while Croco goes to just below half HP. It is Moham, who just got his flashback and doesn't get to use it. Grabbing a double kill for Bulldog and maybe making it a little bit more. 1XN solo kills Starry under the tower, and LNG here as well. Void Grub's the next on the table. You called this out earlier, K-Man. They were likely to get both objectives, and with the way the game is going, OMG will be lucky to get an objective.
Certainly would be something that they need to claw their way back on. This game is far from over, though. There are plenty of ways for them to get back. Juhan still has that ultimate available, something that we need to watch out for on the Pantheon.
Evolve has been so huge for locking down individuals for LNG to pick off. Starry actually goes for the ult. Juhan is going to ult down to the bot side as well. Missing low and Missing gone. First Grand Starfall works out well, but you don't want to overstay, and Croco's shown up. Whip out an ult and start a fight with the rest of the squad, which is a very good sign for the rest of OMG. Croco engaging onto Harry. He's going to flash out of the cage. Might actually just take him down. Subjugate's already fallen. Sheer is here as well, and Harry, that classic overextension we were talking about, ends up striking once again. It's going to be too bad, but there's some serious bad news happening on the bot side. So everything's relative, I suppose, with the first tower falling, and as Dragon spawns as well.
Starting Drake, but this could be so dangerous.
This is so bad by OMG. This is an extremely dangerous spot, but Croco does take a little bit of damage, and I really mean a little bit. Sheer's almost Mega, though, and he shows up for the fight just in time. It's going to half-health Starry before he goes Mega, completely shoving him out of the fight. Actually goes over the wall to follow up on Starry, locking the AD carry from OMG into the wall and taking him down. LNG. And that first tower in the mid lane is going to fall as a result. LNG get the team fight win, they get the dragon, they get the mid lane tower.
Huge right now in the game on the Gnar, and they just underestimate how quickly he can burst down Starry. Juhan is doing nothing on the Pantheon, picture in picture, as we see here jump back to the game.
Good League of Legends out of LNG right now. It is just like we saw in game number 1. As soon as they have a lead, Missing, this time not on the Poppy, does have a little bit of backup, but is walking into the jungle.
Yeah, we saw in that picture-in-picture Starry, you know, biting the dust a little bit. It wasn't even something that we were so surprised by. That 0-4 Yunara is just so far behind. At this point, 2.6 thousand gold down at 16 minutes into the game is tough. Gonna play mate on Harry. This could be another death here for OMG.
Yeah, the overextensions that we talked about earlier continue to plague Harry, and it's only going to get more difficult as the team falls further and further behind. Juhan alone in the jungle as well is going to get teamed on by 3 people, as ultimately it is 1XN that collects the kill. LNG push to tower, and they can do so in 2 lanes.
They drop the Herald mid. This will be tier 2 going down in the mid lane. They're going to want to push for even more. You talked about it. Wave getting pushed in on the bot side. They could very easily transition some of this tempo there, but not being able to lock down any priority target. But once again, it's the bot lane under threat.
Starry, flashless, by the way, has to walk this one out, and actually will get to by expending the ult. Will he survive? Moham takes a lot of damage. Moham is going to go down simultaneously. That is a double kill picked up by 1XN and Croco. There it is, the actual double for 1XN, as Croco won't even fall. We egg him! Triple kill for 1XN.
It's just disrespectful at this point, Dia. They're winning everywhere on the map. Missing's like, yeah, you know, we don't really care that the Lulu's in the way. We'll just kill you both with the Karma Ezreal damage coming through. Croco has no fear on the Trundle. It's just a disaster right now. Bulldog is split pushing down on the bottom side. They're going to get this bot tier 2. Baron has not even spawned. Dragon is up in 15 seconds. It will be soul point, but do LNG even need it at this point? Surviving is really just icing on the cake for a play that was so dominant. They found 1XN though.
Man, 1XN actually getting jumped on. Might die here. Harry's going for it. The flash out of 1XN saves his life, leaving Harry in no man's land. The rest of OMG has shown up. We've already expended the wild growth on Juhan. Starry goes forward, actually collecting the kill and the shutdown. That is big for Starry, and while Harry manages to stay alive, it is 1-0 in the favor of OMG, but Croco's on the way, and Croco takes this personal. Juhan goes on the engagement. Now Croco's in your backline. Bulldog comes over the wall, and LNG wipe OMG off the face of the planet.
What did it cost to take down 1XN? It cost everything here for OMG as they get completely wiped. The only surviving member is Moham on the Lulu. That is Baron going over to the side of LNG, and it's even more gold going into the pocket of Bulldog. 1XN overextending and getting punished, but it just doesn't matter. The wallet dip is too much. This is going to be a 13,000 gold lead for LNG. And
Sheer is about to go mega. OMG keep their carry alive, but aren't going to get too much more than that as a consolation prize. Starry going to head back and heal up as the last fight, if there is even going to be one, is incoming. Croco wants to pick off Haichao. Actually, credit to him, manages to deal a decent amount of damage on the Anivia, but it is not nearly enough into the shielding from missing. The wallet diff, as you mentioned, is really being felt in the little to no impact that Haichao is able to have on the team fight right now. Gets chunked to half health.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for OMG. They're getting based down. Do they have the fortitude to survive?
1XN goes for it. Oh my god, he assassinates Starry! 1XN, a very, very worthwhile fight as Bulldog comes in to help peel for him. 1XN picks up a double kill as OMG are relegated to their fountain, and even so, LNG try to take them out. A big win for LNG in 2-0 fashion against OMG.
This up. You asked for a series that was centered around him. We're getting it.
It's true. You know, I've been really excited about Hoya's ability to frontline. I think he does a great job of taking space. I have no idea how he is going to play on a Varus.
Invade at level 2. But it might be Xiaohao who's pulling the trigger early here.
I do not hate this. I do not hate it at all. Perukia is already all over the play, even at level 1. He's got a lot to bring to the table. And Xiaohao, level 2, is going to shut down Awesome for first blood. That is a clean execution, and already a big win for EDG. But Care's roamed out. Guan should be able to get this blue buff.
Yeah, he should be able to, but Perukia is making his way up here. They want to fight this.
Smite's steal actually goes through as Care picks up the blue buff. And Xiaohao, low but not finished off, has Guan in a corner, 1 HP, and taken down by Angel. A teleport in by Hoya. This is a level 4 Varus into 3 people, and I am having a nightmare right now, K-Man. My Varus has just died!
Prioritized here. Prioritized, I should say, by EDG. Xiaohao wants to try and invade, but there's nothing to take.
But he wasn't spotted. Nobody actually knows that he's here despite 2 red wards. So Xiaohao should be able to shut down Hoya once again.
We'll see if Xiaohao wants to make his way into the area.
One picks up 1. Going for the second is where EDG
Oh, the
really wants
flash.
to engage, and they're going to do so. Guan does get flashed on, but there's no follow-up at all. Xiaohao's on a completely different page in a completely different book. Care teleports up. Second Void Grub goes over to NIP.
Perukia going in, imagining he's got teammates around him, and Xiaohao's in the area, but there's no Angel, there's no leave, there's no damage. Asterisk for Hoya, and Xiaohao's making his way up.
Yeah, Hoya is no longer having fun. He may no longer be able to play League of Legends. Still flashless and lifeless. That is just a slam dunk for EDG.
Yeah, no dragon, no problem. We're happy taking the top lane turret. We're not going to worry too much about that. Leave is in the area. He's spotted out.
Guan's going to go for this. Actually channels the ultimate as well. Has Zhuo for backup. Mostly CC at the moment, but the knockback on Leave should be enough to secure the kill. Barrier not going to do much but delay the inevitable as Guan does pick up the kill. Plus 360 for him, and NIP with a few plates on the bot side.
First dragon, or the second dragon, I should say, of the game here. This will be their second as well. So the stacking has begun. It's going to be Cloud Soul this game, which could be relevant for Ahri and Yunara, two champions that I think really benefit from that. You know, definitely some positives here for Ninjas in Pajamas.
Could go for the engage here, but it would be risky, especially with the amount of members of NIP that are still around. Guan's going to go for the camp, but Leave is in the area as well. Has to be careful about what he does with Awesome at his back. Ends up channeling the curtain call right on top of NIP. Takes Guan low. As Guan flashes away, he gets shuffled right back in and taken down. Nice job to find the kill, and Perukia is going to help clean up the last one with Xiaohao. That is a double kill for the Jarvan and a really nice finish for EDG on a fight that NIP started.
That is a massive
Flash chain
win.
corruption!
No!
Leave! 1 HP! Awesome flashes for it! There is an answer here. There is hope for NIP.
And ZDZ's not safe either. This guy's gonna go down. Awesome is pumping out the damage here. And just as I was about to praise EDG, Leave does what Leave does best, and he gets caught in the mid lane. Live through all of it. If Angel is able to continue to free fire on the Azir, things get easy. Teleports now on the Azir again, though.
And with Leave having overextended moments ago, where would we be if we didn't get another one? That is a kill going over to Hoya for Ninjas in Pajamas.
For NIP to walk up, they have no tank. They have no way to face check this. This is where their comp really falters.
Flashes available really only for Leave in terms of immobile carries. Also got one for the Ahri, so possible to make a play, especially if Guan goes for the engage, and he will, right onto Angel. Emperor's Divide, not going to do a whole lot. Cataclysm right on top of it to try and peel for the carries, but it will be NIP that secure the first kill, make it the second, make it the third as ZDZ goes down. It is a double kill for Care, who looks for Leave underneath the tower, but now as ZDZ chasing him down, beating him up, ZDZ gets aggressive, doesn't finish off the kill. Curtain call, not going to find anybody either. Everyone disengaging, and NIP drop one member to trade 4 on EDG.
Beautifully played by Ninjas in Pajamas. It's Guan and Care that really step up in that fight. Guan landing the key ultimate onto a priority target and Angel on the back line. As Leave once again, is he getting caught mid?
We should note, would be a quick one were it to happen.
Yeah, they certainly burst it down a lot quicker than some other teams that we've seen. Hoya's going to be able to pick up some turret gold. The split push Varus is working out right now on the top side of the map.
Crazy work in that moment, and demonstrating the nice scaling and side lane potential that a top lane Varus can have.
Yeah, I mean, the Varus is trying to get online, but did he overextend? Xiaohao's in the area.
They don't have to think about a fight. They can just do the objective.
This is Soul. There is no way you can give this up for free. You have to contest.
Will Xiaohao be able to do it? 2,000, 1,000, and Soul taken by NIP. ZDZ's come in. ZDZ has no real way to engage. Perukia, however, does. In comes the Magnet Storm. NIP's front to back is lethal, though, as Hoya and Awesome chew through the members of EDG. Care is able to escape after disrupting Leave. Does eventually fall, but it is still Awesome and Hoya, the two-man army, now backed up by Guan, who gets shuffled backwards. Emperor's Divide peeling for the rest of EDG, as ZDZ, already having been popped into the passive, will expire, leaving NIP with a numbers advantage, but most importantly, the soul that they just picked up and a team fight win. Easy, who is relegated to bot lane purgatory with Hoya, and he is not having a good time of it. However, goes on the engage. Hoya's still here, and now, with Leave in the mix, That's a nice pickup for a kill. EDG making something out of nothing.
They're absolutely right. ZDZ is not here. Xiaohao is in base. This thing is gone.
Steal it? No. A man can dream. That a little bit differently because Angel really does have to be the focus here. EDG have all of their damage, all of their eggs in this basket. Well, the fight starts off with a little bit of skirmishing on ZDZ in the river. It's not going to be too big of a problem for EDG. However, big engage from Perukia opens things up. Xiaohao goes in with the Cataclysm as well, but Hoya's still alive in the backline. Angel's unable to access the fight, starts trying to walk in, but it is Awesome and Hoya chewing through EDG once again. ZDZ does get aggressive in the passive, but is unable to do much, and Awesome with that final auto will seal the deal on Angel. A triple kill for Awesome, and NIP take the fight, ignore the Elder Dragon, and look for the end of the game.
It's perfect from NIP. It looks like a great engage from EDG, but they just don't have the positioning to be able to follow up on it. Who but Hoya in this final moment to capitalize and step up and do so much damage. Awesome, of course, getting a triple kill. The double marksman duo coming in clutch as they march down to take down these Nexus turrets and take down the game.
Perukia actually goes for the engage. I did not expect that, but NIP rightfully just completely ignore it. They have the damage, they have the numbers, and they have game number 1. NIP experiment, and it comes up huge for them.
It's really interesting, right? Because the idea behind this is that you're able to punish the Kai'Sa a little bit. Kai'Sa's big disadvantage is her lack of range, and Tristana wants to try and get up close and personal with you. In a lot of these trading patterns, Nico as well, to get chunked out, and Xiaohao over the wall could make a big difference.
Oh, he's gonna go for it. Invis, flash, and first blood. That is just clean Wukong play. Any chance of contesting Dragon. The fact that they take this so early as well does mean the ninjas in pajamas have an even better shot at looking at later objectives. Void Grub's still 2 minutes away, so if they play their cards right, they could get Dragon and Grubs with the Akali, but I'm noticing him roaming towards the bot side.
And you very rarely see all this pressure coming down onto the bot side when Grubs have spawned. I think there is a bit of a concern.
Grand Starfall right into the Pop Blossom is not awesome. And Guan ends up falling, but it is a trade of 1 for 1, even as Awesome takes a huge chunk out of the tower. ZDZ is now looking for a pick up topside as Hoya does flash, but still gets hit by the knockup. Xiaohao is here, and it should turn into a kill. Hoya's actually completely accepted his fate. He uses the ult simply to clear the wave, shove it under tower, so he loses the minimum.
The tier 1 and just dies. He takes multiple turret shots and is not able to survive. You lose the topside play because Xiaohao is free to make it. It's 2v1, and they get Grubs off of that.
Terrifying at any point in the game with their ability to burst you down.
Hey, you definitely don't want to give too much gold over to the Trist, but even in the play that you commit every resource to getting gold onto the Trist for, you give a kill to Kai'Sa. And I don't really feel better about the kill being on Kai'Sa than I do on Tristana if I am... Oh no, Care!
Steps up one step too many. You could tell Angel saw him walk out and went, I'm sorry, my brother, you are dead. Now, or at least with the next one, NIP could very quickly snowball their objectives into the point where EDG have no choice but to take a disadvantaged team fight.
Helpful for this comp centered around a Leona and a Pantheon that need to go in. Overall, Perukia right now in some danger.
Flashing on Perukia. He finds him. Grenstar falls in as well. Guan wants the stun, is going to get it. Managing to hit that max range, and Perukia will fall. That is the second time that Guan ults specifically to bully the support. But if he keeps doing it, it's going to turn into gold.
Yeah, I mean, gold is gold. Like, you'll take anyone at this point in terms of being able to get resources back, especially because they're going on Awesome. The trade, Leave!
Leave is confident, but Leave gets pushed back. Whoa, may be able to take him down. Cleanse comes out, but Leave is an auto away from death. Awesome wants that kill, but he steps up right next to the Ornn who's just come in. ZDZ does not hit the knockup. Xiaohao is down here. ZDZ still looking for Awesome. 1 HP on this Tristana. Can anyone touch him? Xiaohao cannot. Angel is here a little bit too late. NIP, they lose nothing, but they pick up Leave, who goes for the style points.
Pressure them out here. Herald should be pretty free for EDG to take to continue their lead, and you know, as much as we can criticize EDG for not utilizing their resources perfectly, NIP also not exactly taking their macro advantage that they should have from that Pantheon and utilizing it well.
In a team fight equalizer just yet. They need one now. NIP,
here we go.
Look for the engage. Solar Flare is completely wide, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a complete miss, and this dragon is getting bursted down. You have to fight here.
Equalizer goes down. Dragon going to be secured by Xiaohao, who flashes out, but the fight going EDG's way as well has taken NIP by surprise. Hoya turns things around and is cooking them, but Care flashing away with Hoya, who gets knocked up immediately. Still has Awesome in the mid lane, who cannot engage the fight. EDG, they get the Dragon and they get the team fight win.
Step up and continue carrying for EDG.
Yeah, Awesome still feeling very comfortable as well. Grand Starfall, surprise, surprise, it's right on top of Leave. The problem, however, is that Guan is not in a good spot. He's nowhere right now, and likely means he is going down. Xiaohao is going to expend the second turn of the Cyclone to take him out, and that play comes up donuts.
Here, it's unfortunate. Leave just gets hit by the Leona ultimate and just gets bursted down and killed. You know, not an ideal circumstance for Leave, certainly not something that's out of what we expect from him, but overall, just some chaos across the map.
To be messed with. Hoya's shown up as well. Equalizer in tow. They actually could still finish this kill, but Angel manages to avoid a lot of the vision. Hoya's still looking for him. Equalizer going to be laid out for Xiaohao, however. Peruki is coming in. Pop Blossom does only hit Hoya, but there is a CC train coming for you, and Hoya gets taken down. Awesome now desperately trying to disengage, and NIP over Chase in a huge way.
Obviously, the Nico has had some nice ultimates, also had some moments dying in multiple different areas, as we saw in that picture-in-picture, but for now it's Leave taking the mid lane turret. It's a 5k gold lead, and everything's kind of coming up EDG right now.
Yeah, the team fight's looking pretty darn good for EDG, and Xiaohao being 3-0. Again, this time no flash for Awesome. Worrying, but acceptable. Eclipse is going to help a lot as the second Dragon goes over to EDG, and NIP, they want to pick the fight, they don't want to pick the fight, they halfway pick the fight, and EDG walk away with Dragon and 2 kills to boot. I've seen this story before. It's ready to harass it either. It is going to be a Baron going over on top of the 6.3k gold lead. This will likely extend it up to 8 by the time that EDG are done with it. In fact, we're almost there to begin with. Define EDG right now, and it is looking extremely good for them as they take down the top lane tier 2 and look to crack open the base. Angel's able to put that pressure on all by himself, while Care is just trying to find a little bit of gold here and there. Awesome gets Pop Blossomed. It's the 3rd CC to hit him in the last 2 seconds. Leave tries to take a bit of an engage and might still go down to Guan, but flashes over the wall as Care follows him up and takes out the kill. It's actually not a terrible fight right now, 1 for 1.
Yeah, definitely could have been worse. You know, I thought that was going to be worse for a majority of that fight. They find the pick onto Awesome, and then they find the re-engage here. Could even be more. Angel's still here.
Why Angel is here? I don't know, but here he is. And there he'll go, you have to imagine. He flashed from Angel? Hold on! He's a legend. Angel gets out. Now EDG are here, and they can absolutely fight this. Perukia just playing backline right now, enabling the 2 bruisers. I'm going to call Orin a bruiser. Double kill ends up going their way, and Xiaohao extending this to 6-0, likely 7-0, as Care has absolutely nowhere to go. Last hit will do it. 7-0 for Xiaohao on the monkey, and Angel teleports right back in to finish what he started.
My man Xiaohao and his boy Angel stepped up here in this game. 4k apiece for them in terms of their lead over their opposition. What a bounce back in game 2 from a team that needed to show a ton more than they did in game 1. This went just about as well as you could have hoped.
Yeah, Schwo's got nothing he can do here. It is an easy game to finish, and Awesome does correctly buffer the rocket jump, but that has been far from the most important thing this game. NIP fell apart at the seams in game number 2, and EDG, they keep the series alive, moving us to game 3.
We both get 1 game with our least favorite champions in the game. It's understandable how this ends up going down, but hopefully, you know, we'll see how it goes. Your Leona game was pretty good as a Leona hater.
That's true, that's true. Ooh.
Rukia.
Does actually spot Xiaohao, flashes on top of Zhuo. That's going to be a kill. That's going to be first blood for EDG. Diego, he can't do this Dragon.
There you go.
I'm just, yeah. This is pay to win, by the way.
Yeah, I guess we can make the promise for now. We'll see if that ends up working out for Guan. It's not looking good right now. We'll see if that pay to win ends up working out for him. For now, though, Leave getting chunked out.
Going to solve everything. I will note, Xiaohao has hit level 6, and Care does not know he's there. There it is, level 6, and absolutely no chance to play League of Legends. Have a nice day. Care and Guan could link up. Realm Warp gets channeled, and in we go. Right on top of Perukia. Ult to start things off immediately. Shoves Perukia back, chunking Leave to half HP. Perukia's low, 300 HP left. A big one connects. One more auto from Awesome does it. And he will survive the subsequent tower shot. Guan, however, still on the hunt, has Leave in front of him, but this time, Guan still choosing not to invest the flash. Take a look at the top side, though. And it's not like EDG got nothing. Xiaohao, he knows, Control Ward already lets Angel have full certainty that he's able to pop anybody who walks up to the brush. It's not... I actually don't mind this from NIP. It is tough to give up the dragon, but I think they tried. They didn't quite get the positioning. It's better to give it up than fight for it. EDG setting up vision around the Rift Herald. That's the next thing they've got on, especially knowing that they are in a very powerful position. The ult from Angel never meant to kill, but is meant to make Hoya reset. However, Xiaohao stepping up a little too far. He has Perukia on the way, but will they take Xiaohao down first? Yes, they will. Reset comes in from Viego, who's right on top of Angel. Remember, no ult on the Malzahar. This is Guan on Viego. A double kill for him at 14 minutes into the game, and we are off to the races. That is why he picked this champion.
An unbelievable mistake from EDG. They feel like they can burst down the Renekton with the Malzahar ultimate into what I presume is Nocturne diving. Rift Herald for free, and NIP continue to make their comeback in this game.
It's working out for them. They've swung the gold lead that was against them now for them. And it's a nice change up for the NIP roster. ZDZ, I don't think could physically care less about that tower. That's like 200 HP max, surely.
Surely. Yes, it was very close. They'll, send some resources mid lane, as we can see, to pick that up. Awesome gonna step up with that minion wave, and it will eventually fall. Dragon as well, going to the side of NIP. They are on Soul Point. It is Cloud Soul, and as we've talked about before, Cloud Soul and Ryze combination is pretty good, but ZDZ looks like he might be the target.
Oh, it's the boys. The boys are walking up on ZDZ. And unfortunately, even Cassante is going to have a rough go of this one. In comes the Mega Death Rocket, hits Schwo, but ZDZ, never a chance in the world. Not against that.
Hold up on Care. One good ultimate onto a priority target, especially Guan, can really change this fight.
Angel Flash, Angel Flash! In comes the Nocturne ult, and this Corki will not survive the night.
Well, it wasn't Guan, but it was a pretty good target as we find that pick that we were looking for. And they're pushing for even more.
The best way to get there. It is a gold injection that brings us to dead even. And now just a little bit ahead. Oh, no.
Those objectives for the other Baron is certainly the prize on the map right now, even for Soul Point. But teleport's coming mid lane here from the Malzahar. They want to full invest in this fight and set up as much as they can.
Both ults, again, off cooldown, but this time Hoya's got a flank. Perukia does stymie the engage, but it does not save Leave's life as Care flashes over the wall to finish him off. Guan's finally entering the fight from the back line, but an all-out separates Care from the rest of the squad. He gets locked down. ZDZ gets ulted on, but still manages to survive. The Cassante is unkillable as Zhuo flashes over the wall. Finally, ZDZ will fall, and NIP's Death Ball, it's effective.
Just on the precipice of being able to push the game forward, but it's Leave this time who gets caught just like he has in the first couple of games.
Rightly know that they can start this whenever they want. Angel and Xiaohao gonna face check and immediately get pushed back. Out comes the Nami wave. Perukia is caught. Perukia is the sacrifice. He goes down, and EDG can do nothing about it.
There's just no way to walk into darkness like this. You called it a death ball. The death is for EDG right now because they are just getting absolutely destroyed having to try and check where NIP are. Baron's going to get started up. The Rocket just used to get vision on how far they are into it. They have to walk up and try and stop this, but it's going to go down quickly and they're down a man.
Look out for Awesome's positioning. Angel on the side. ZDZ gets CC'd into oblivion. This is another situation where EDG are playing sort of the spectator sport right now. They walk up on NIP, they can die. And that goes for Awesome as much as it goes for Guan.
Definitely, here we go.
Flash. And the combo lands. That's the pick. And it's Leaf getting excited as well. A decent amount of damage lands, but EDG expended a lot for that. They've got to make it work. Hoya still frontlining, the hero for the team right now as ZDZ goes lower. Care looks for the kill, doesn't quite finish off ZDZ, but the pick going in EDG's favor is the victory for them. This out. Awesome. Gonna have to land at least a bit of damage. Baron's already halfway down. Guan wants to go in. He might just walk into a Malzahar ultimate off this. The easiest way to deny. Baron is going to go over to EDG. Nocturnal comes out. The lights are off, and ZDZ goes in with Xiao Hao to shut down Guan. Hoya lucky to get out alive. EDG get the Baron and a kill. And in the meantime, NIP don't even get the Dragon.
With this Baron buff, they have completely turned the game around. NIP are retreating. They will be able to pick this up. Everyone is online. It's a 3-item Jinx. Angel is extremely accelerated. And yeah, the Baron and the trigger pull by Angel with the flash ult onto Guan in the mid lane to get that 1,000 gold shutdown was also massive. EDG now using their Baron buff on the top side of the map. We can see the split push going on.
Watch you get separated. Angel could look for it. We've also got Nocturne ult available, but the towers are just the easier objective right now. Care steps a little too far forward. EDG should be able to deny this. Super Mega Death Rocket forces NIP out of the mid lane, but it is towards the Baron. Do they make the same call as EDG? The timing not going to be there as Dragon gets finished off. And NIP... This is a good move. Leaf has just finished his 5th item, so it's a small but notable power spike for Leaf. Baron half HP. Guan is going to have to get into the pit somehow, be it ult, be it flash.
Flash
We've already
ult.
got an ult going down by Angel. Immediately they collapse on Awesome, who gets deleted. But inside the pit, Guan finishes off the Baron. EDG, they get the team fight. Zhuo was the last one to go down. 2 members left, still alive for NIP. The Baron theirs, but I don't... The game might just be out.
They don't care about the Baron. They want the Nexus. They are charging down the mid lane. Guan's trying to pull this wave. It doesn't matter. They don't need the wave right now. They've got a Cassante. They are taking down these turrets, this inhibitor. The death timers are too long. This is going to be game.
Care can't do much. Sat underneath tower with an Alistair looking at his face as well. He goes golden for a second, but EDG ignore him. Jinx gets excited. Leave is ready to finish this game, and Guan on the Viego can do nothing but watch from the Guardian Angel as the base will explode along with his face, sending EDG to a win in this best of 3.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.